Welcome to Crossroad Connection. We're speaking out for those left unheard. My name's David Schuring. I'm the president of Crossroad Bible Institute and the host of your program today. And I have a popular segment of our program prepared for us today with Megan Meyer. Welcome,
Hi, thank
Megan.
you.
Good to have you here.
It's good to be
and
here
with
again.
you here, usually that means letters from prison.
Yep.
And so you've collected some letters, and
Yeah.
you have an unusual topic that I think
Yeah.
our viewers will find interesting. What is that?
As I was going through them, I found a lot of students who tithe or give donations to CBI because they don't have a church family. This is kind of like their church family. So they feel like they can tithe to us. And I don't know, we got a lot of letters and testimonies from them that come with their donations. And I thought it'd be a good topic for today.
Well, I think that would be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
It's it's just, I think it's fascinating that some of them consider us their church,
Yeah.
and that they want to make contributions
Right.
to us. Especially, well, we'll talk more about that when
As
you
we
see
go.
how
Okay.
much they make and so forth. But what's the first one?
Okay, this one is from Adrian in Texas. He writes, enclosed in this letter is a donation of $10. I do support your Bible program because a lot of us, as prisoners, get wrapped up in a life of sin and don't realize it until it is too late. I am very grateful that I still have a chance to restart life again. I have been robbing God too long and depriving myself of his blessings. So I've decided to step out in faith and activate the blessings of heaven by giving the Lord the first of everything.
So a $10 check,
Mhm.
which is actually quite large for a person
Right,
in
they're,
prison.
they're not making a lot of money, obviously, so
No, in fact, it's about 10 cents an hour.
yeah,
Frequently, I think at the most 30 cents an hour.
right,
So for them to, well, first of all, to pay for the postage is a bit of a sacrifice to send those lessons back. But then a handful of them, you know,
Mhm.
this is not thousands of students by any respect,
right,
because it's not hardly a measurable part of our revenue at
Mhm.
all. But yet it's quite meaningful to me
It is, yeah,
that a person who would send $5 or $10 who's incarcerated would send that to us because they see us as their church and as a cause that they want to support.
right.
What's the next one, Meg?
This is from Ernest. I appreciate you allowing me to be a part of the CBI family because it feels like I do not have any family since I've committed this crime. In this letter, I am, by the grace of God, sending $10 from my tithe to the church this month. So we
Well-
are a family. We are his church family because he doesn't have any other family.
Yes, right. One thing, as you know, we get hundreds of donations and so forth, you know, large and small. And what I do is the donations from the prisoners that come by, I put a personal note on their receipt,
That's great.
you know, with their name. Even though it's only $5 or $10, I just want them to know how much that means to me.
It's appreciated, yeah.
And you know, there's a theological, biblical reason that's important to me, and that is, you know, Jesus talks about the difference between the Pharisees giving of their money and then this widow who gave only a couple of pennies, the widow's mite. And he certainly, the message there is that God can do more with that widow's mite than with the large gifts of people who are not really maybe totally devoted to him.
Yeah.
So we love large gifts, you know, and but also we love the widow's mite
Yeah,
and realize that God could use those gifts in a significant way.
that's great.
Got another for us?
Yeah. This is from Julian. I want to thank you for this opportunity to give back to all of you at CBI. I am sending you these few dollars, which is 10% of what I received yesterday. I felt led to send this donation since all of you have been like a shepherd, sending me material and correcting my work, encouraging me with your comments. From time to time, as I receive finances, I'll be donating.
Once again, it's just a beautiful thing,
It
and
is.
it touches your heart to see people who have nothing,
Right.
you know, giving back,
back.
And providing needs for the ministry. And I guess I would like to see this as an encouragement to our viewers who are not incarcerated.
Yeah.
If you think about that here are people with nothing who are giving their all that they can, knowing that God will bless that. Well, then we just encourage every viewer to be giving to their church, to their favorite nonprofit, and of course the CBI. We definitely, we don't talk about fundraising on this program at all, but you brought the topic up here. What a beautiful picture it is, though. The Bible talks about the joy of giving, right? And you give out, and you and your husband, and my wife and I. That's been an important part of our life, and that's how God's kingdom moves forward. Now, sometimes, and I don't want to extend the program too long, but sometimes when you hear in their letters of the prisoners, it sounds a little bit like they've been getting fed some seed faith gospel from television or something like that. So the idea, well, if I give here, then I'm going to have multiple blessings, stuff like that. And of course, we don't encourage that kind of thing, to give to get. But it is true that God says, test me in this. In Malachi, it says, and I will pour out the windows of blessing, upon you in various ways. God does bless a cheerful giver. And we so much value the gifts that come to Crossroad Bible Institute. In fact, right now, a person can come to the site and hit that donation button. We have only 4.5% fundraising costs. I know many nonprofits that it's over 20%. That means over 20 cents on every dollar is being used for fundraising. Ours is 4 cents on the dollar.
Wow.
So what that means is that the money, we give it all back. The money that these prisoners are giving us, the money that our viewers give us, is being used to reach tens of thousands of more prisoners. So we give it back. And
I like to end with this. I want to end with this one too, because I think a lot of times when they're giving, they just feel so blessed by CBI and what they've experienced in the program and everything, that giving back to it, they want others to be blessed just like them.
Yeah.
And this is actually from a CBI graduate who kind of mentions
completed
that.
the program. Let's hear it.
He writes, I thank you
what's the name?
James, in Illinois. I thank you for your service and the experience while I was a CBI student. I pray that your service continues to bless those in need for many more years to come. Enclosed is my free will offering. It's not much, but I pray it will aid you in some small way in the work you have committed yourselves to.
That's someone who's been through the program and they benefited, and that's why they want others to do it. But the same thing is, we have so many instructors who are wonderful donors because they get blessed,
are blessed,
and want other people to be blessed by becoming instructors and students. So it's a marvelous circle of love and circle of service that there. Well, thank you very, very much for being with the show today and for bringing those letters on a subject that maybe can be rather delicate, but it's a real thing, and it's neat that even our students are chipping in. Chipping in to make this whole ministry work. And I want to thank you for watching today, and I hope that you are encouraged when you see that even some of the CBI students are chipping in $5 or $10 to help this cause. I hope that'll inspire you. If you'd like to think in terms of what the dollar can do, if you would like to support an instructor costs CBI about $300 a year, their ministry, to support their ministry. That's $25 a month. Or if you'd like to do it from a perspective of a student, it costs us $120 a year, $120 a year, or $10 a month per student. So you can provide monthly or quarterly donations based on how many instructors you'd like to support their ministry, or how many student scholarships you would like. So it's $300 a year or $25 a month per instructor's ministry, and it's $120 a year or $10 a month per student tuition. Thank you so much for listening. It's been another edition of Crossroad Connection, letters from prison. And we hope that you'll be right back here next week.